Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Bridget Bjorlo.
And I'm Brent Harden. A deadly fire that killed 2 people in Wallingford is now being criminally investigated.
The fire itself happened at around 6 last night, but police activity continued on Geneva Avenue throughout the day today. Here's the very latest from Wallingford.
The crime scene tape remains up in Wallingford, nearly 24 hours after a fire killed 2 people living inside this multi-family home on Geneva Avenue.
It's really tragic.
Some neighbors saw the heavy smoke billowing from the roof. Others telling police they heard screaming coming from inside. William Valou lives across the street from where it happened.
I walked outside and just saw all the fire engines, and it was just like, whoa, what happened here?
When firefighters arrived at around 6 Wednesday night, they found a man outside with severe burns. He was flown by Lifestar helicopter to a burn center.
We had a large gamut, a huge community support of responders came here to help us out tonight.
Crews fighting through high heat and low visibility to search for other victims. They found 2 more people, one pronounced dead at the scene. The other died shortly later at the hospital. Neighbors say this is a multi-family home with 3 apartment units inside, with fire crews telling us those who died lived on the 2nd floor. Valou didn't know them well, but tells us this.
They seemed very nice, kind of kept to themselves, but from as far as I could tell, they were pretty nice.
And while the fire marshal tries to pinpoint what caused the flames, criminal investigators are also working the case, with the Wallingford police chief writing in a statement Thursday that early indications suggest the fire is, quote, criminal in nature.
You never know about your neighborhood when you're moving someplace.
Amelia Krasinowski knows the home well. It's where she grew up.
This is where I was for most of my life, as a young person. So it's sad to see something happen in it, because it was a happy home.
She drove back to Wallingford Thursday to see with her own eyes what happened and shares this hope for healing.
Hopefully the families will be able to be okay.
In Wallingford, Bridget Bjorlo, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
At last check, the man with burn injuries remains in critical condition tonight. Meantime, the American Red Cross is helping other families impacted by the fire. If you know anything that might be helpful to the investigation, you're asked to call the Wallingford Police Department.
A 3rd suspect has been arrested in connection to a deadly shooting outside a Waterbury courthouse. Nicholas Chiapponi was taken into custody yesterday on murder charges connected to the death of Jaron Chapman, who was shot and killed as he was leaving the courthouse last month. Dira Nelson and Dante Howell were also previously arrested in connection to this homicide. Police say the incident remains under investigation and additional arrests are expected.
And turning now to the weather, a gloomy day across the state as we take a live look at the capital city right now. A gray sky is lingering around, but will the rain last throughout the night?
Well, we've got a dry afternoon to look forward to tomorrow. It'll be great. For a few hours it won't rain. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. Rach?
You can count them on your hands how many hours it won't rain. We do see this rain push through tonight. We'll dry out for a while during the day tomorrow, and then we have one final push of showers tomorrow night into early Saturday before a much brighter and drier weekend. That's those magic words, right? Let's take a look at some of those showers that are still out there right now along the 395 corridor from Putnam down through Brooklyn and Plainfield, and also here in New London County, Norwich, all the way down through Mystic and Stonington, seeing a few of those leftover showers as well. But here's that break in the action before that next round arrives later tomorrow. But tonight we're looking better and better. I think maybe there could be some patchy mist or drizzle for the next several hours, even after the steadier rain moves out. But overall, it is a mostly cloudy but dry start to the day tomorrow. And even though we still expect a lot of clouds overall, there will be some breaks of sun. And this time of year, the sun is so powerful, it will help us warm up significantly compared to today, which isn't too hard to do. Today was in the 40s. Tomorrow, we're looking at highs in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. And then later tomorrow night, we'll see another round of showers developing. Those showers will take us into early Saturday morning, and then the rest of the weekend, we are home free. We'll take a closer look coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, this morning, tenants rallied inside the state capitol, urging lawmakers to pass a bill expanding eviction protections to all renters in Connecticut.
Fox 61's political reporter Emma Wolfhorst joining us now in studio with more. Emma.
Bridget, Brent, there was a lot of emotion from those in support of this bill, which would prohibit no-fault evictions. Connecticut's eviction rate has risen 8% overall, with no-fault evictions up 22%. This morning, renters and housing advocates lobbied for the bill to protect tenants from being pushed out of their apartments. Right now, only those 62 years and older and people with a disability are protected from no-fault evictions here in Connecticut. Renters gathered and spoke about their experiences, hoping to appeal to what they say is lawmakers' moral duty.
We have families who are suddenly homeless for reporting mold infestations that are making them seriously sick. How many more workers, families, and entire towns will be displaced in the next 3 weeks alone?
Now, there has been pushback on this measure from some local landlords who say no-cause evictions are an important last resort tool for them. This bill was voted out of the legislature's Housing Committee back at the end of February, but it has not yet been brought for a floor vote. Advocates today hoping, though, lawmakers will consider the bill with just 3 weeks left until the end of the session. Bridget, Brent.
All right, Emma, thank you. More than 400 healthcare providers delivered a letter to lawmakers today to fund Husky Health for immigrants this year. The group presenting the letter at the Capitol this morning in support of expanding Husky Health to income-eligible residents up to age 18, regardless of immigration status. Right now, it's only available to undocumented children 15 and under and undocumented pregnant people.
New tonight at 6, a reward is being offered for information about an abandoned dog in Wolcott. Desmond's Army offering a $6,000 reward after this dog was found at the intersection of Spindle Hill and Mad River Roads back on April 16th. If you have any information, you should call the Wolcott Dog Center or the Wolcott Police Department.
Former President Donald Trump back in a New York courtroom for day 3 of his historic criminal trial.
And within just the last hour, all 12 jurors have been selected. But as Fox's Connor Hansen reports for us tonight, the search for alternates continues.
Day 3 of the criminal trial against former President Donald Trump started with 2 jurors getting dismissed. One juror who was excused during the selection process described walking in to see the former president.
Everybody was shocked when we saw him on Tuesday for the first time. We couldn't believe that that was the case. So we were shocked and frozen.
Potential jurors can't be asked about things like their voting history, but they will have to answer questions like if they've been to a Trump rally or follow him on social media. Each side has the chance to rule jurors out.
Because it's the lowest level felony, each side only gets 10 strikes. Normally, in a regular felony, a B or an A, you get 20 strikes. So it moves rather quickly because there's only so many people you could strike off.
The New York trial is forcing Trump to stay close by while he continues his campaign. Wednesday, he met with Poland's president.
But he's done a fantastic job, and he's my friend. And we had 4 great years together. 4 great years. So that's true. We may have to do it again.
Meanwhile, the Biden campaign seemingly trying to take advantage, hitting the key state of Pennsylvania for several days this week.
Donald Trump's vision is one of anger, hate, revenge, and retribution.
After more jurors were dismissed, Judge Juan Merchan says the court will no longer ask where they work. Merchan also asked the press to be more careful describing the jurors. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.